Hi, everybody. I'm Nate, and today I want to talk to you about content strategy. What is it, and how do you use it? How is it going to add value to your business? Well, content strategy is how you go about creating and sharing helpful content to attract, engage, and to build relationships with your target audience. So, I'm going to walk us through 4 points here on how to do this well and how to do this well, particularly if you're an industrial business-to-business type organization. So the first step in building a great content strategy is to know your audience. And I say that, but this is important because this is often a step that lots of companies skip or that they just don't go deep enough in. And so when I say defining your audience, we really need to unpack this. And so if we think about our ideal customers, we want to know more than just the basic firmographic information about how big they are, how many employees they have, what their industry classification code is. We want to go even deeper, and we want to understand the value chain, which is often complex in business-to-business sales. So, for example, are there distributors involved? Are there engineering firms that are influencing the specifications for your products? Are there consultants or rep firms that are involved? Do you have a situation where general contractors or subcontractors are influencing the purchase decision for your products? Whatever your industry is, I want you to take a broader look at the set of stakeholders that end up working with, interacting, and influencing the folks who ultimately make the decision to purchase your products. Once you do that, then I want you to start to put yourself in their shoes. And I want you to start thinking about what are those individual people, what do they care about? Who are they? What roles are they in? What are the challenges that they're up against? What are their personal and professional aspirations? Now, those are going to be different depending on if we're talking to a contractor or a rep firm or a distributor or an end user, perhaps someone at an insurance company. Each and every person at each and every point in that value chain is going to have a different set of needs, a different set of aspirations, and it is worth it to take the time to unpack those for each of your constituents. Why? Because you want your content to actually speak to those people. You want those people when they come across your business, your content, your messaging, you want them to feel like you're speaking directly to them. You want them to feel like they're understood, and when you do that well, you create a powerful connection and you give yourself the opportunity to really influence, really make an impact on these people. So define your audience, and I mean really define it like we just discussed. The next thing is to create high quality content at scale. Now, this is easier said than done, but creating high quality content really means dedicating the time and resources to decide on what that content is, to really connect that content to the people that you're trying to reach, i.e. the defined customers that we just talked about, and then doing this at scale. And so there's lots of ways to do this, but I'll give you a few suggestions. So one of the tactics that I like to use is the interview method. And so this interview method is it's a way to tap into the subject matter expertise of the experts within your organization. My guess is you have maybe they're applications engineers, maybe they're production managers, maybe they're field sales folks or others who've been with your business. They're in the trenches and they understand how your products and services can be used to help solve the problems that your customers have. Interview them, tap into that expertise, tap into that knowledge, and turn that into high quality content. So the interview method is a powerful way. Another way is to leverage content that you already have. So, many of our businesses are older businesses. We have product catalogs, we have customer testimonials, perhaps we've documented application notes or installation guides. My guess is if you take a look at your organization, maybe, check the closet, check the archives, check the file cabinets, you're going to find content that can actually be turned into helpful, relevant content that you can use to market your business. And so here we want to find someone who's skilled at writing, skilled at taking existing content and turning it into more consumable formats that you can leverage. The last point I'll make on producing content and producing it at scale is to batch your work and to make dedicated time for the work. So here at Strativise, we actually have Content Day. Matter of fact, I'm filming this on Content Day, and it's a lot of fun. But we knock out a bunch of videos, and we do it all on one day. And then the last thing I'll say too is we use the content, we leverage it as much as we can. And so this is important for scale. If you do a video, or if you do a white paper, or if you do an article, or if you do a calculator, take that content and turn it into as many different formats as you can so that you can get as much value as possible out of the effort that you put into building that content. And so this video, for example, is going to have a corresponding blog post, and it's going to have corresponding social media posts, and we're going to distribute it across as many channels as we can so that we can get this helpful information to you and to as many folks as we can. That is leverage. And so that is the final point that I want to encourage you to consider when you're looking at how do we distribute this content at scale. The last thing, or actually no, there's two more things. So the second to last thing is to spend some time thinking about where your target audience hangs out online. And this is going to help you understand where you need to push that content to get it in front of your audience. This is going to be different for every business, but you need to think beyond just LinkedIn. Your audiences are probably hanging out in forums. They're probably hanging out in groups. They're probably participating in discussions online that are relevant to your industry or even just relevant to a hobby they may have. Your target audience probably reads certain magazines and certain publications. They probably tune into certain channels. And the list goes on and on. It's worth taking the time to actually talk to some of your best customers and find out, where do they spend their time? Where do they get their information? How do they consume? How do they engage with other folks from their industry so that when you build all of this content, you can actually show up with your content in a helpful way in the places that your target customers are spending their time. Now, the last piece of the puzzle is measurement. This can be a whole topic on its own. I'm just gonna glance on it today. Maybe this will be a topic for a future video, but if you're gonna spend the time to define your audience, if you're gonna take the time to develop high quality content at scale, and you're gonna do the work to understand where your target audience is spending time, if you're gonna do all of that, you need to measure the effects of all of your efforts, and you need to be able to use data to understand what's resonating, what isn't, so that you can learn, so that you can iterate, and so that you can improve your content creation efforts. This ultimately requires a technology stack. It requires connecting some dots in your technology stack, but it's very doable. And it is very foundational to doing this well. So with that said, I hope that was helpful. I would encourage all of you, this is a lot of work, but it is so worth it. This helps your business immensely, and it is worth the time investment. So thanks for listening. Have a great day, and tune in next time for more info. Bye for now.